So I'm here today with our Mifflin YMCA and Adamstown YMCA branch exec, Bob Root. So we've talked about goal setting, we've talked about play and how to have fun. Last week we talked about movement, and today our focus is going to be how to rest the body. So I'm going to be here today asking Bob a few questions about rest. So our first question, Bob, is what does rest mean to you?
Well, rest means to me, when it first comes to mind, is thinking about sleep. However, that's not necessarily what it always means. Rest can be anything that brings you joy. It's about, to me, rest is about resting your mind, body, and soul.
Perfect. And how would you describe rest?
So, to me, rest goes along with self-care. It's about doing things as easy as sleeping in your bed or lounging on the couch and watching Netflix. It could also be things like doing a creative activity or reading a book you might enjoy. It's really about anything that brings you joy.
So Bob, when do you find time to rest?
Well, self-care is very important to me. It's crucial to find time throughout the day for myself in order to do rest. One of the good things about my position is I have to travel between different locations multiple times a day. So this is when I find the time to rest by listening to music in my car, when I go to work. I'm relaxing my mind before the workday starts, and it's also really valuable when I'm at the end of the day, when I'm driving home from work. It allows me that chance to unwind while listening to music.
Great. And do you feel that you need to rest for a long period of time?
Absolutely not. It can be as simple as closing your mind and taking some deep breaths for 30 seconds. It could be something as short as 5 minutes. If you're focusing too much on the time, you're not fully allowing your mind to rest. So it's important to just do little bursts of rest or where you might find the time in your busy schedule. I know for me as a parent, that's often very difficult with having a 9-month-old son running around and also being busy with work. So finding rest in those little parts of the day are very important to me.
So Bob, what events in your life can discourage or prevent you from practicing self-care or rest?
Well, everyday life, there's always different events that can come up. It can be working from a long day, working long shifts and meetings all day, going home, and being a parent of a toddler, so that can make my life very hectic at times. So it's important to me to find time where I can rest. Otherwise, I'm not at the best of my ability. So typical events that can pop up are just the normal stresses of everyday life and being an adult. Those are the tough events that happen to me all the time, and where I can come home and I just don't feel like doing anything, but I know I need to do certain things in order to give my mind a break, or my body a break, or even my soul.
Yeah.
So when we talk about rest, we really talk about 3 different categories of rest. There's resting your mind, there's resting your body, and there's resting your soul. So my question for you, Alyssa, is what types of rest do you practice in your everyday life?
Yeah, great question. So when it comes to those 3 categories, let's start with mind. So for me, after I put my 3 kiddos to bed at night, what I will often do is make a cup of tea and just sit on the couch and relax without any distractions. So that means no TV, no reading, no phone. And I'll just kind of sit there and decompress and kind of think about the day and then the next day. So that's mine. Body, for me, is literal sleep. So I have toddler twins, and sometimes that definitely gets interrupted. But for me, the most important thing for sleep is just aiming for at least 6, or my goal of 7 hours a night. And then soul for me, not that we can really do this a lot now, but I actually love to garden in the summer months, and that is something that really brings me a lot of peace and joy and just kind of allows me to decompress. All right, so we have 2 more questions left. The first one is, when do you know that it's time to practice self-care or rest?
Good question. Well, I know that when I start to feel like I'm getting irritable, or little things that don't necessarily make me angry, typically angry, they now make me irritable and discontent. So those are obvious signs for me that I need to do some kind of self-care or rest personally.
Okay, great. And our last question for today is, what advice can you give to people in the Strong Challenge to get them thinking about or gearing up for how to better practice self-care or rest in their lives?
There's many different types of techniques that you could use and implement in your life. It can be easy as taking a walk outside for a few minutes each day, taking a walk around the office, listening to your favorite song, really whatever's going to bring you joy. It could be painting, doing some activities with your family, whatever's going to be able to give you joy so you can take your mind off of the stresses of everyday life and enjoy what else life has to offer.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Bob. We appreciate you taking the time to talk about rest and self-care and how that relates to your life. I want to let you all know that our Try It Tuesday for tomorrow is going to be some yoga. It's going to be with our lovely instructor Ruby from the Tri-Valley YMCA branch, and that will be tomorrow on Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. So we hope to see you all there. Have a great week. Bye-bye.